Hi everyone, Paul Micallef here from Autism Explained. Today I wanted to talk about a really important issue that comes up a lot in my work, and it's around the language we use around autism. So there is a very, very good reason why leading voices all over the world are switching to more positive, strength-based language. And so I hope to explain some of those reasons in this video so that it makes sense to you. So firstly, to give you some background, through my work on my blog, Asperger's from the Inside, I get a lot of messages from adults who are just now realizing much later in life that they're on the spectrum. And the overarching thing that they virtually all say in their story is something along the lines of, I thought I was broken. I thought I was defective. I thought I couldn't do anything right. I was having all of these issues. And now I've got this label of autism, and now I can find people that I connect with. I got a reason for all of my differences, and things are starting to get better now. So imagine for a second that you are thinking that it's because you are broken that you're having all of these issues in life. The reason I have no friends is because I'm broken, and that's the reason that no one in their right mind would want to associate with me. That's the reason I can't hold down the job. That's the reason I can't manage my life, because there's something fundamentally wrong with me and there's nothing I can do about it. And where do people get these kind of ideas from? Well, if you think about it, a lot of us go through the saga of trying to get an accurate diagnosis label. And especially if you're younger, that can look like your parents dragging you around from doctor to doctor, or even later in life being shuffled from specialist to specialist, and they all ask the same question essentially, what's wrong with you? They ask the question, what's wrong with you? And we're trying to find out what's wrong with you so we can give it a label. A friend of mine who's also an autism professional once shared in her personal story that the most damaging label of all the ones that she received was of being diagnosed with a personality disorder, which of course she internalized as, my personality is broken. I have a personality disorder. There's something fundamentally wrong with who I am as a person. So you can imagine the impact that that has on a person's self-confidence, self-esteem, sense of self-worth. And that is the reason that we're moving towards more positive language, to stop sending people this unconscious message that somehow those of us on the spectrum are fundamentally broken in some way. So now let's apply this to children. Children pick up on the subtle messages that we send them. So in that case, the language we use around children matters a lot. Our own beliefs about autism matter a lot, because your children are going to pick up what you believe. And if you believe, look, Jimmy, you're broken, but I love you anyway, the message that a child is going to pick up is, I'm broken, I'm fundamentally flawed, and my parents love me anyway because they have to, or maybe they just say that because they have to, but no one could really love me. Actually, Chris Bonello from Autistic Not Weird wrote a really good blog article on the issue of loving the child but hating autism, because as we grow up, it becomes more and more obvious that the things that we talk about as being autistic traits and autistic behavior, they feel fundamentally a part of who I am. And so to somehow say that those things are bad, but the rest of me is good, the message that the child picks up is that there's something wrong with me and I'm broken. So with regard to language, I just was alerted to this example of it the other day, a resource that a primary school was using, and the very first page says, when I was little, some wires got connected to the wrong places in my brain. Now, I've been told that the whole resource as a whole is actually not bad, but that little bit of language is going to mean that the child who reads this says, something in my brain is wrong. Something is wrong with me, and there's nothing I can do about it. So anyway, hopefully this has given you a sense of why using positive language is really good. We don't want to dismiss challenges, but being really honest and realistic about you can do these things. You might have challenges in other areas, but having an overall positive and overall strength-focused first approach really helps to mitigate this risk of accidentally giving children the unconscious message that they're fundamentally flawed and that they're not worthy as other human beings. So this is a really passionate thing that I believe in, and we can do something to again change the world for the next generation, even if all we did was ensure that the language and the beliefs around autism were such that a child with autism grew up being confident in themselves to be themselves. What a huge change, even just with that little thing. So thanks for listening today. And I hope that you've taken some really important messages out of this video today. Thanks. Bye.